Hey guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. How's everyone doing today? Tommy Nation Politics. What's up, guys? How's it going? This is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. You know, when in the course of every generation, there is a voice of change, many voices. Those voices in the Revolutionary War were called the Founding Fathers. They led a revolution against the British, and they were successful. They were successful because their errands were righteous, their goals were clear, and their wants were just. A free nation with inalienable rights, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Now we find ourselves in the same exact situation, in my opinion. But I have a guest on the show. His name is Jabari. He's from the Jabari Vok podcast, Voice of Change. You can find it on Anchor FM with my podcast as well. I listen to it a lot. Very good guy. A musician, I think. We're going to get into that conversation probably as well. But without further ado, here's my guest, Jabari. How's it going, bro?
Hey, good. Very well. Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. So I don't know if you saw the pre-video or whatnot, but I've been up in arms, bro, because I listened to your first or your last episode, your most current episode of your podcast, and I also read your bio or your synopsis of your podcast, and it seems that you and I are on kind of the same page when it comes to the fact that there has to be some kind of change. What do you think? What change do you think needs to occur? What do you think?
Well, I am more on the spectrum of building working power and letting the working class dictate how the country should be ran, comparing to allowing the ruling class to control the country basically and buy politicians, keep money in. Keep big money into our politics and stuff like that, which is why they're able to control. So just the whole system of capitalism, I really do feel strongly. Everyone that listens to me know damn well I feel so strongly has to be dismantled and build a new system that the people want, the working class want.
So building that new system, do you think we're building back better right now? Do you think what we're doing right now is building back better? And if so, why not?
I think right now we're in a stalemate. Trump was scared. Trump scared the hell out of a lot of people, and a lot of people panicked. And now we have Biden, and he's just doing the status quo. It's not real change. It's just status quo. He's keeping up the establishment of what it was before. I don't think there really is a change. It would be a change to me if they would give more power and listen to other progressives like Bernie Sanders, or listen to the squad like Ocasio Cortez. I mean, even listen to the people, because the squad comes from working class. You see Cori Bush won in office because she's a working class black woman that dealt with a lot of shit, especially with police brutality and everything like that. And she was able to win. So the working class put her in office. So I think if they go that route, you'll see a different change. But the Democrats do not have a working class agenda. The Democrats has an imperialist agenda, just like the Republicans do.
I agree with you on that, bro. And the imperialist agenda mirrors to me King George III. I've been drawing so many conclusions lately from exactly the exact same things that were happening in that time that are happening now. Income inequality, high taxes,
Right.
human rights violations.
Right.
All of these things culminate in, guess what? Not a friendly, nonviolent revolution. And though that's the thing that scares me, but it's kind of something that we have to talk about now, because at this point, I don't know what else to do. If there's anything else to do, I would like someone to tell me, but I don't know.
I feel you. I feel like if we just continue to build working power, as in letting working people understand that no matter what background you have or ethnicity, we all have the same values that we want. We have more in common as working people than we do as a different race. Um, You will see it also in different countries. How much, if you sit down with a working class person, what is their values, what they look forward to moving forward for change. You will see it's the same thing as a working class American, and you will also see how their government try to suppress that and suppress your power, just like how they do here. Definitely.
There's a caveat there. There's a caveat. In France, in the UK, there's a million bajillion people standing up and fighting. There's waves and waves of protests. Here, not so much. Here is complying, being a good citizen, and making sure that you take your booster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of different here on that. Our response is different. John absolutely does represent an oligarchy that has evolved from its monarchical past. Yes, I mean literally it does. Sometimes, Jabari, I go to the old founding fathers because it's just so weird how everything's mirroring. And so yesterday, I went to the George Washington's farewell speech, and I just got a pen, and I started checking off little premises. Usurp the reins of government from the very engines which carves them into unjust dominion. Check. Unscrupulous men. Check. People that work for other people, like foreign influences. Check. It's just so insane, bro. So at this point, have you given up on the Democrats? I hope so, because I have.
Well, yeah. In 2016, I gave up on the Democrats
Yeah,
when they
bro. Yes.
screwed Bernie Sanders. And then the sad part is that he ran again, and I feel like he had the most popularity to create his own party. Um, yeah, I joined the Working Class Party.
Yes, I heard about
That
that.
same year, and I have been rocking with them solid ever since.
How is that? How's that going? Do y'all have any initiatives or anything going on with that?
Yes, we do. We are almost in every. I believe we are in every state at this point. I'm talking about the Party for Socialism and Liberation, just for people that don't understand what I'm talking about. So we are in every. We are in every single state at this moment. We are in part of a lot of working class movements, grass movements. We supported the fight for 15. We supported universal health care. We demanded housing for all. Um, a lot of great things. You could definitely check out our website. There's so much that we do. I can only name like a few. I am part of the New Haven chapter, and we have been involved in a lot
New
of
Haven
police.
what? New Haven what state?
New Haven chapter, New in Connecticut. I
Okay.
apologize. In
No,
New
I
England.
thought so, but I just make sure.
Yeah,
Connecticut, bro.
yeah. We work with coalitions. We work with a lot of different groups, and it's all about collaboration and coming together and seeing the issues that we have, that are the same, and just fighting. The recent things that we have done is in New Haven is trying to. We had built a coalition, well, joined a coalition with some anti-police activists, anti-police brutality activists, and we're able to get a CRB established here. A civilian review board, if people don't know the acronym, basically just holds the bad cops accountable that are hurting our citizens.
That's progress. That's progress.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then we also have done a lot of works around um, clinic defense, basically protecting people at Planned Parenthood that have tried to has almost been attacked by people that are like against Planned Parenthood when they're just trying to get access to healthcare. It's all about just basically access to healthcare. And Planned Parenthood provides things that a lot of other clinics do not provide. So it's very important that the access to healthcare for working class people is always met. A lot of things throughout the years. Right now it's COVID, so a lot of mutual aid work. I'm a part of an organization called Life in My Days, where we have done a lot of mutual aid to the point that we connected with the almost the entire state, and we had launched a software to help working class people find resources, and get in contact with people who have resources during this COVID time. Um, a lot of I could name a lot of things,
Good.
but just heavily involved in grassroots.
You know what I noticed? I noticed that people in the New England area, they are protesting and standing up and fighting. I have my friend Andrew C. Smith in Action for Hassan. She's over there near Ohio, and he goes to Washington D.C. and And people, but I guess middle America, even though their jobs were outsourced by the Democrats, and then the taxes were cut for the 1% in middle America by the Republicans, the Trump
Right.
tax cuts. I guess we're still kind of in a, we don't know what to do. I think we need to look to the New England area to figure out exactly the prescription for this. Maybe with little baby steps of change, like you just said, the Civilian Review Board. Maybe we won't need a violent revolution. Who knows? Maybe we can usurp back the power. But at this point, $96,000 came in last quarter from Bloomberg into the campaign war chest of Joseph Biden, or as I like to call him, Joseph Elizabeth Biden. And he's seeking re-election. Not even probably a year since he's been president. He's already announced that. So I guess the Republicans have Trump, and I guess he's going to be running again. So is there something to snap the American people out of the attention direction of these two political parties that have usurped the reins of government? Is there anything we can do?
Well, the problem is that the trust is too strong right now with the Democrats. No matter how much they, you know what I mean. No matter how much they fuck us over, people are still going to lean to them because they have sold the idea that, well, we're not the Republicans, and in this case, well, we're not Trump. At least we're not Trump.
Yeah.
So they can go on their campaigns and say all these things. Promise, like Biden promised us, he could literally just sign away student loan debt.
Yes, he could.
At the flip of his wrist.
Did you get $2,000 out the door day one? Did you get $2,000 out?
No,
you didn't?
It was
I didn't either.
$1,600. Wasn't $2,000.
I want to see the receipts. That's what Joe Biden would want, bro. It was fucking something. Yeah, so you're right about that.
But that's the thing. We just have to literally it's more pressure on us to get people to understand. And the only way we could do that, we have to basically try to build power in the working class. If that's working with the Green Party, then we need to work with the Green Party. If that's working with even the libertarians, they could be swayed. Just getting everybody together, everyone together. Because there's no way in hell you can't. It's just that the grip is too strong. They have it. They expect your votes. I've had people come up to me after I supported a Green Party member that got 2,000 votes because we helped them, but the Democrats still won. But they were like, "Oh, it was a close race, and you guys stole 2,000 of our votes."
I know. They do. They say that, and then they tell Rachel Maddow to say it. Then they tell what is his name, Brian Williams to say it, and then before you know it, the thing that makes me mad, Jabari, is not only is that not true, not only is that a logical fallacy, but then you got all these knuckleheads all over the place echoing and regurgitating that bullshit.
Right.
You stole 2,000 votes? Or did the people vote for this candidate? Right. And the people's voice is literally, that's the people's voice, guys. The people's voice, we the people. I mean, that's more important than any party. The people's voice is more important than any party, guys. But yet, fuck the people's voice. You stole 2,000 votes. Yeah. That's outrageous. It's outrageous to even say. But they go around saying it like nothing. That's outrageous.
They feel emboldened. They feel they are the vanguard party. They feel that they are the status quo of the way things should go. When you look at their past records, which I'm pretty sure they are just as brutal, if not any brutal, even more brutal when it comes to foreign policy.
Oh yes.
Biden, he got people out of Afghanistan, but he also bombed the hell out of Afghanistan and let the media blame ISIS and blame the Taliban. Then you learn that was actually our missiles that killed those innocent people.
Same thing in Syria. Assad.
Assad. They're bullying for that oil. They demonize Assad, exactly, and it's just incredible. That was all Democrats that did that. So when Trump got into office, he just continued. Yeah. He just kept going. He didn't start any wars, if people understood that, but he was very barbaric here. But he didn't start any wars there. He was continuing the wars. Obama started 7 wars.
Yes.
By the time he was done.
Yep.
Bush only did 2. So when you see this like rainbow bombs, they're like, yeah, we're inclusive, but they're like, oh, but we're gonna have trans people bomb the shit out of y'all. We're gonna have gay people bomb the shit out of y'all.
Hey, those bumps, they're gay bumps.
Yeah,
So,
they're gay bombs, so they're fine. They're all right.
oh my god, bro! I mean, I'm on the same page with everything you said, but it infuriates me to no end. And also, what also infuriates me is the fact that okay, let's talk about Afghanistan. So he would. This is not right or left. This is dumb shit that Joe Biden is doing.
Yes.
How is he? How did he not keep the military into the last minute? What is he doing? How? I bet he did the leaked phone call on Reuters with who knows where the leader of fucking of Afghanistan is? What's his name? I don't even remember his name anymore.
I forgot his name.
I don't. I did, but I knew from the moment I saw that guy. I looked into his eyes and I said, "This guy's a puppet who's gonna run first chance he gets."
He got the money,
saw
he
it.
left.
I saw it, bro. He left immediately, bro. They said in Afghanistan, money flying out of helicopter. I can totally see that shit. So, what's with Joe not leaving the military in? What's with that? What do you think? Why is he doing dumb shit?
We should have gotten out of Afghanistan so much earlier. And it's to the point that it was already going to be an ugly outcome regardless of who decided to do it. And I think Trump would have done the same thing as well because he was talking about getting out of Afghanistan because he looked at the money and everything. So just the way it happened was just total chaos. I agree. But
yeah, I agree with you too, John. For real. That must have been what it is.
What did John say? Let me read.
He said he wanted chaos to ensure following the exit of U.S. policy. Yeah, I mean that's probably the only reasonable way to That's probably the only reasonable logical premise. Like, why else would you take the military out? Even the 5-year-old down the street would know how to keep the military in. I'm not military. I've never been in the military. I even know to keep the military in. It just seems like it seems like an anchor kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, well, I don't think the military should never been there in the first place, and I
agree.
Afghanistan should have. This is when I feel like people might get mad at me, but I believe in self-determination and economic growth. Afghanistan has the right to start their own revolt in any way they choose to, overthrow their own government if they wanted to, and that is none of our business. They should have done that, and should have had the power to do that in the beginning and to dictate what kind of democracy they want. We went over there saying we're going to get them a democracy. We didn't. We took their opium.
Because that was not our objective. It appears from the New York Times that we had no clear objective.
Right.
That's what it said. So forget this building of democracies. What did they say back then? Spreading the seed of democracy.
Yep.
That sounded rapey. It was all fucking just weird. So David says Biden said he could hold Afghanistan on TV for 6 months, lost in 6 days. And I think John's answer about the what do you say, chaos to ensue, that seems like the most logical premise. He just wanted chaos to ensue because now we're in a pissing contest with Russia and China.
Yes,
they're gonna continue the foreign policy blunders that are gonna be no clear objective. And by the way, probably another reason is the CIA. The CIA is running the country, not Joe Biden. So
yeah, I mean, when you look at the gas and stuff like that comes from Afghanistan, BP has the territory there. All of them do. That's what they did. They went in just to colonize and take over their resources and leave them with nothing. And I want to address, somebody put they should have trained women to fight and give them the guns. There is actually a Afghan army that has women that were fighting ISIS, that were fighting terror, just like how in Syria Assad was fighting terror, Russia was fighting terror. They were winning against terror. I'm telling you all right now, we are in bed with ISIS. We want them to do what they want so we can get the resources. Like, straight up.
It seems like, okay, so these parties, again, they have no principles and no values. So when our friends the Saudis took our weapons, bought them, and did a mass genocide in Yemen, after they were done, they gave our weapons to Al-Qaeda, the people that attacked us in 9/11. We didn't have there were no consequences because these people are leaders. Leaders don't care.
No, they don't.
Even though the World Trade Center happened and they used that to fundraise money off of it,
Right.
they still don't give a shit, and they would rather make a deal with Al Qaeda, right, to do something,
Yeah.
or,
Well, the
or
crazy
ISIS.
part is that like I was so shocked that they didn't go after Saudi Arabia because 15 of those hijackers were Saudis.
Right, right.
So it's
And
like-
even papers that are declassified. Wow, the 20-year anniversary, papers are declassified. It showed more Saudi activity in the 9/11 whole hijackings. And
they
still
definitely
no
was
word from the mainstream media. No word, bro.
None.
Wow. Even they know exactly what happened. I'm starting to feel, I don't know if it was, everybody said it. There were truthers back in the day. Inside job. It's coming out more and more looking like Saudi. But maybe that's an inside job. Maybe the Saudis and the CIA run our government now. Maybe that's what it is.
I wouldn't be surprised. And when you look at here's the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is always going to be just the propaganda the United States give you. They're not talking about how Hillary Clinton's lawyer is literally being prosecuted for lying about Russia, saying that Russia was in our politics. They're not talking about how people are being held accountable because they fooled the feds. You don't fool the feds. You pay for that.
Yes.
And I think Hillary's going to get off because she's rich, but this is showing how important it is that we should not trust these deep states. We should not trust these deep entities, these intelligence. The CIA was never on the side of black people. I'm gonna just let y'all know that right now.
Obviously not. They were not.
The
They were
FBI,
not.
they were on the side of black people.
You know,
Killed our
this
leaders.
is something that I talk about. But let me tell you. Let me just back up to the whole. They're not going to talk about Hillary Clinton and her lawyer and those Russian conspiracy theories, Russiagate, that were proved falsely. And because A, it proves Mueller a liar.
Yes.
B, it proves Comey a liar. C, more importantly, C, it gives sympathy to Trump.
Yeah.
So
They don't want him
that's
to
why he's not. They're never going to talk about it, because
It
they
was
give
multiple
sympathy
things,
to an
though.
orange menace, threat of democracy, rapist, nasty man, orange man bad. He's a racist, even though Joe Biden incarcerated half my race. He's a racist. Orange man bad. I would take 100 Trumps over this guy.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
gonna be honest.
It's a lot.
I would
It's a
take
lot,
100
bro.
Trumps over Joe Biden.
It's a
I hate
lot.
that guy so much. I really do. But anyway.
He's like a reality show, Trump. You know what I mean? Like, Biden,
Yeah, at least it was entertaining. This guy just does horrible, fucking stupid shit for no reason. John knows the reasons, I guess. John, I need you on my show, bro. You need to tell me what the fuck Joe Biden's doing.
I didn't vote
Distractions
for any of these
divided
motherfuckers, but I would tell you right now, it was hilarious when this motherfucker was in office. Now you're seeing the same policies though. Biden literally copied his same foreign policy. He's fucking bugging, bro. He's doing the same shit. So it's like, what's the difference, guys? It's because
Nothing.
I'm not
There's
Trump.
no difference. Because Rachel Maddow said that he's not a racist. So basically, David Bergeron says Trump put more coin in my pocket. Okay, well that's a good.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
Trump also he went to FEMA and kept funding my enhanced unemployment. So even though he didn't want to, he got my Republican governor Abbott to literally open up the FEMA and take out the money, put in my Social Security, put in my what do you call it, the unemployment. So that was cool, because I thought I was gonna go broke. So by the way,
right place.
I know, but also Jabari, do you think Joe Biden would get FEMA to do my enhanced unemployment during a COVID pandemic? Because I don't think he would.
I mean,
I don't
what's
think
been
Joe
going-
Biden would.
What's been going on right now? Where's the unemployment rate?
Exactly.
He's been in a year.
Yeah.
So it's like he could have done all this earlier on with executive orders. Just
But you
sign
see
it
Joe
off.
Manchin. If only Joe Manchin. By the way, the
He
thing
the
that-
MVP.
he's the president. And by the way, two things. I don't know if you saw, there was a You Ain't Black Part 2 sequel with Kamala Harris and Charlamagne the God. So I don't know why these politicians keep on going back on Charlamagne the God.
Can we play that fucking video?
Oh
That
my
shit is
God.
crazy.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
there
okay,
any
let's-
way we can get a clip from that?
I'm going to try to get it on YouTube.
I covered a minute of it on my podcast.
Bro, it was crazy. She's like, no, Joe Biden is the president. And I'm the vice president. And I thought what was going to come out of her mouth was, and you ain't black. I really thought that's what she's going to say next, bro. or you ain't
She's
black.
been quiet this whole year. She's been like crickets.
No, she just comes out. She just comes out to yell at black people to make sure that they
Make sure
vote.
we're in line, basically.
Yeah.
Are you black? Are you black?
You ain't black, right?
Are you black, Tommy? What's your ethnicity?
Well, you know what's funny is for my college, one of college classes for history, I literally a family tree. So on my mom's side, I have Irish and Indian, but on my dad's side, pure slave lineage. So on my dad's side, Robert Salisbury, he was bought, interestingly, by an Irish couple that were very nice, and they gave him his last name, Salisbury. So Salisbury's are Irish descent. Yeah, but my mom really no slaves, mostly Indians. And then there's real Irish. So I think the Irish and us were pretty cool because they bought it. Yeah. Some bought us, and I had to go through like some of the slave papers and stuff like that. They seemed like really nice people, even though they were slave owners.
Well, yeah. Oh, well, the slave owning thing fucks me up, but I stand in solidarity with Ireland all the time. They were the original, like, fuck British, like, them in Scotland, and they're still fighting to get majority of their whole island in control again. So that's good. So shouts out to the Northern Irelanders. Hope y'all get free from the UK.
Appearances. In fact, her is now accused of trying to cut short an interview with Charlemagne when the host asked about the real power in Washington. Here's their heated exchange.
I want to know who's the real president of this country. Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin?
I'm sorry, I interrupted. I'm the vice president here. It's Simone. I'm so sorry, Charlemagne. We have
she can't hear me.
Oh, I didn't even see this part, dude. She's pretending she doesn't hear.
Me, Madam Vice President?
This is so fucking great. This is like South Park.
I can hear you.
Oh, my God.
Madam Vice President.
Come on, Charlemagne.
Oh my God.
Joe Biden.
I can't tell sometimes.
No. It's Joe Biden, and don't start talking like a Republican.
Oh my! Don't you be a don't be.
You think Joe Manchin is a problem?
It's Joe Biden, and I'm vice president. And my name is Harris.
I gotta say that's
are you being a good nigger?
Like,
you ain't black.
I gotta say though, that was gangster. He was like, "Hold the fuck up! I run this motherfucker, not no goddamn mansion."
At first you have what's her name? Who is that? Okay, so that woman was talking. She was Bernie Sanders' Simone Sanders. She was Bernie Sanders' co-chair. Then she was like, she went to Biden's administration. Biden was supposed to make her press secretary. He made Jen Psaki press secretary instead. She's still working with him, and she's literally doing cover for Kamala Harris now. Talking about, she can't hear you. She can't hear you. Simone, I have a public service announcement. I'm sorry, Jabari. Simone Sanders, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, Simone? How far are you willing to fucking be? Go. It's not now. It's just sad. Now it's just sad to watch Simone Sanders, bro. I'm sorry, dude. Bitch, what is your problem?
If it makes you feel better, like Bernie's not far left. He's a moderate when you look at all his policies. He backed a good few amount of wars. And yeah, he didn't vote for some other shit that made carnage, like what Joe did, voting for the Iraq war and all that stuff like that. Yeah, so he
was involved in the Iraq war. He didn't even let other people talk.
Right.
I'm gonna get lunch, buddy. We're not talking about any peace or shit. Are you done yet? Right. Remember when he did the little Lincoln Chafee?
Yeah.
Buddy, I'm going to lunch. It was so fucking stupid.
So I'm not surprised that his people are, buying into this BS and helping out. Look, he fully supported Biden right after Biden was officially elected.
I know. Even while he was... Hey, are you sure you didn't want to cut Social Security, Joe? Are you sure? No. Are you sure you didn't want to cut Social Security?
No, I'm not gonna cut it. I'll cut it when you're not looking.
I'll cut it, Joe. Are you sure? Because there's pictures of you saying I'm going to cut Social Security, and you're saying it a lot. Are you sure you didn't want to? That was horrible, bro. I don't know what happened to Bernie. I voted for him, but I wanted to vote for Tulsi Gabbard, bro. Especially after that, I regretted not voting for Tulsi Gabbard because It seemed like she had more balls. She had more balls
She
than
did,
him.
and you saw what they did, right? You saw what they did to her, right? What she showed them. You saw. You don't hear anything about her.
It sucks, bro.
They call her
done.
a sadist, all this shit.
Russian asset.
Russian
Yeah, it
asset,
sucks.
which is another thing people gotta understand. It wasn't just Trump that was told that he was a Russian bot. They was getting after a lot
Everybody.
of their,
You see this?
their own people.
Kamala just asked Charlemagne if you're a Republican now because you want to talk about how Joe Manchin.
Right.
No, these are literally things that we're talking about because Joe Manchin seems to be in charge.
Yeah.
So these are things the people want to know. We're not Republicans, Kamala. We're the people, and we're asking you a question.
Right.
So why don't you answer the fucking question and stop
Right.
fucking like this is so disgusting how they just name call.
Right.
I mean, to me, it's like almost even worse than the Republicans, bro.
Hold integrity. Acknowledge that your boy lied. It's that simple. Your boy lied. He ran with it on the campaign. We voted for him. I didn't vote for him. But I say we as people in my generation voted for him because they thought he was going to do the right thing. And I already knew he was bullshit. And then here we are, you know? So like what he did do for y'all, just so y'all could feel better. Instead of February, y'all got to pay in March. He extended it for you.
I know. Oh God! But then you had all these neoliberals on. You had all these neoliberals. I have student loans, by the way, and I'll be able to pay them. Thank God. Thank God. But it's just funny how they were like, "Oh yeah, he just freaking gave you 2 more months." I'm just like, you guys are so horrible. Are you Republicans? Are you Republicans? Now that's a question where I would say, are you Republicans?
David said,
"Who is
really
these guys are
the
so."
president? Yeah, it's Manchin.
Yeah.
They're letting Manchin do whatever he wants. The thing is that they're probably using him as the blame, so they can still look like they're doing the right thing. Because if it's not him, then they'll blame Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell, yeah.
But
I know that's what they do. That's what they were doing before,
right?
Like back when they were talking. Oh yeah, he's grave. He's a graveyard. Every legislation goes to Mitch McConnell's graveyard. That's what they would always say. Now he's not in power. They have the Senate, the House, and the presidency. Yep. So they have to pick one of their own to scapegoat now.
Like, I'm sorry, Manchin, you gotta take this. You gotta take this L, bro.
And Kristen Sinema too. Kristen Sinema is gonna get fucking.
Oh yeah.
With that red wave coming, she's gonna get fucking destroyed, bro. In Arizona, just so you know, they don't like her there, and she's so milk toast now, because the people, even the Republicans in Arizona, they're like, why aren't you? Like, literally, these are minimum wage increase?
Right.
Why don't you do that? They're like, so she voted against minimum wage increase, and they took the minimum wage increase out anyway, because Senate parliamentarian.
Yeah.
So it's between Mitch McConnell, the Senate parliamentarian, and Joe Manchin as the rotating villain. That's it's called the rotating villain. And they just use those guys to make sure that the status quo remains. Like John says, status quo Joe means no change in the short change we get. And well, they intend no change though, John. They intend nothing will fundamentally change. That's what he told Citigroup in a closed door meeting, and that's what's been happening. Yeah. So I don't know. You were gonna say something, probably.
Oh, well, I was gonna say they just don't like the Democratic Party are vertebrates. If I said the term correctly, they have no backbone. They're not afraid to not have a backbone. They're always down for what's the standard. How can we do what the Republicans would like us to do so we can still look bipartisan? But the Republicans are like all the time, fuck you. This is what we want to do. Fuck you people.
But they do it. They do it. They actually do it though.
So
even though they say fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Yeah. They get it passed. The Senate parliamentarian during Trump. Oh, these tax cuts are gonna cause inflation and mass income inequality.
Yeah.
You're fired. You're fired, Senate parliamentarian.
Yeah.
Joe is like, ooh, Senate parliamentarians, we gotta stop everything.
Right.
We just gotta stop. So it's hilarious, bro.
Yo, like,
the Republicans get it done, bro.
Like Fauci, he should have been told to retire. Like, And they're not telling him to retire. They're still keeping him on. They're still allowing him to do all this stuff. And he's not trusted by the public anymore.
I mean, he's not. And basically, I'm getting a little worried, guys. I just want to have to tell you. Now the people that are vaccinated are getting Omicron. All of them. And not the people that are unvaccinated. So now, I mean, literally, this is weird, bro. I don't know what's happening with this Omicron. Is this COVID? Because if it is...
It is, but it's like from what I read, it's less deadly than the other variant. Delta was more deadly than that, but it's more catchable. You can catch it easily, the symptoms and all that stuff like that. I only know this because I work at a hospital. So,
okay, so now, but now I'm glad. Thank you for telling me. But Fauci, he just brought up the fact that they're miscounting deaths. They're miscounting deaths because everybody's being diagnosed with COVID at the hospitals. This is something that came up a year ago.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
And now he's just now bringing it back. That the reason that there's so much misinformation is because they're miscounting COVID deaths at the hospitals.
Well,
which I said a year ago, but that was called fake news.
Yeah, but Tommy.
But now it's real.
He knew.
Now it's real.
Tommy, he knew that. He knew that already from the jump. He just didn't want to say anything. They know this shit.
He needs to be investigated immediately, bro.
He's a doctor.
He needs to be investigated immediately.
Oh yeah.
He's lied so much. He's gone all the way back to the beginning. Now, where's the FBI? Where's the CIA, bro? This is what we need them for.
Right.
Him.
Yeah.
Redacted emails. What is going on, dude? I'm alarmed.
Checks to fall back. Just slide him a check to fall back. It's that simple. Look, the NIH has already came out and said that they have evidence that he was a part of the funding for gain of function with the labs in Wuhan. So that tells me that the United States government was funding the labs in Wuhan, and they are also responsible for the leak in COVID coming out into the public. But they're not going to do anything to Fauci. They're not. They're just going to let him. He's like 80 years old. You know what I mean? He's just going to keep lying until he croaks. Like at the end of the day, I hope I don't sound mean, but that's just the way it is. Like they're now saying, I saw somebody on CNN say for the first time, and I've been hearing doctors tell me this, that mask besides the N95 is not effective. For the first time I saw
we're all the way back to square one, dude. All the way back to the beginning of the damn thing, bro.
They're acknowledging now. They're saying, yeah, they're not effective. You need a stronger mask. Now they're saying that. And it took them how long to say that? When doctors have already said that? Like, and they killing them on Twitter. Everybody's getting banned on Twitter. Everybody's getting kicked off of Twitter for saying shit like, oh, the masks are not effective. You need an N95 mask. Like, and now they're saying it.
I mean, doesn't it, John? Doesn't it?
What John?
And right, and he says sounds like a constructed pandemic.
Yeah.
Right, it does.
It does.
And it's not me being crazy. It's you people not telling the truth at all.
Well,
and lying all the time. That's what sounds like a constructed pandemic. This is the difference between polio. They kept saying during Fox News, Fox News could have made people not take the polio vaccine. No, this is way different, bro. Everybody was on the same page about polio, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like this is way different than anything I've ever experienced in my life. I've never seen so many people lie and change their positions constantly like this. Who am I don't even. Or involved. How is a pandemic involved in politics? How is this happening?
I don't know.
This is so weird. But this is what happens when the unscrupulous men usurp the reins of government from the people. Yeah. This is what happens, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, Fauci, not Fauci, but what I was going to say, I almost lost my thought because I was listening to you and you were giving out some good, valid reasons. Oh, yeah. Well, you got to understand that farmers making billions out of this, guys. Like, just straight up. So farmers going to push what they can. Big Pharma is always going to make some money. We're the only two leading nations that out of New Zealand, I believe, that does freaking commercials for prescription drugs. No other country does that. So it's all about the dollar. They're all about
our commercials are hilarious though. Please ask your doctor if you have sneezing, coughing, itching. Please call your doctor. Ask your doctor if it's right for you. if you've experienced Trevira, make sure that you wipe your ass before you take Trevira, and make sure that you wait 3 days and drink 3 glasses of water before you take Trevira. Ask your doctor if Trevira is right for you. And then you have this woman. I feel so good with Trevira.
Yes, smiling hard. Oh, it thins your blood, and she's smiling so hard.
I feel so good with Trevira. Ask my doctor if Trevira is right for me.
Are you a comedian, Tommy? Like, do you do stand up? You're funny, bro. Like,
I mean, at this point, bro, I either get angry or I just try to be funny, bro. Because like at this point, it's just ridiculous. At this point, it's ridiculous. So I'm not a comedian, but it's just the world that I'm watching is hilarious, right. AKA insane. So I either have to. My people know. John knows. Like either I'm mad or I'm fucking trying to make jokes. Because like this is just weird. Like it's all just doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense anymore, bro. Nothing makes sense anymore.
It doesn't.
So I just try to laugh about it.
Right.
So they let it out. They naturally let it out into public. Viruses and vaccines are the new money makers. Yeah. I mean that's really what it is.
Yeah, and I don't want people to think I'm being conspiracy theory, but Trump said this earlier as well too, and like now people are saying it now. Doctors are saying this could be possible. Researchers are saying this could be possible. You know what I mean? So it's like the narrative is always switching. So somebody that's not favorable says it, and they're like, what? Like what happened with hydroxys? And the big thing, ivermectin. They're making people think that Joe Rogan was taking horse dewormer when he actually got ivermectin from his doctor, and it's a human medicine. CNN ran that like it was crazy, and
they did.
Had an accountability for it. Like it's just,
they did. CNN accountability. Oh God, I gotta turn off the music for a second. Let's talk about CNN for a second. So, all right, let's talk about CNN for a second, bro. How are these people still on the fucking like network TV? First of all, okay, I don't know if you saw that comment that David made. Cuomo, he's out now. He's free. Governor Cuomo, Mr. Smacking Grannies and smacking fannies and taking grannies. We've got his brother who knew about it and then worked with the Democratic Party to smear sexual assault victims. Sorry. Then you have Don Lemon, who's passing notes to Jussie Smollett. And then you have the fact that they never, ever say anything correct. Period. So how are these people still news? They say they're the most trusted name in news, bro. Do you see that?
Crazy. Yeah, they do say that. They do say that. They make millions of dollars and they don't ever travel anywhere to actually get the full truth.
It's all green screen.
They get a white passing Venezuelan to talk about Venezuela when he's probably a BP billionaire and making mad money off of them being poor. Like that's just what they do. You know what I mean? Like I try to put actual journalists on my podcast. I know I have a small fan base, but these people actually traveled. These people actually been to Haiti. These people actually been to Venezuela, and they're talking.
I would love to.
That's real. Like they don't get millions of dollars. Like
I'm constantly tweeting Glenn Greenwald. I want him on my podcast. I'm like, bro, I know you're super busy traveling, bro. If you ever get a chance, Tommy Nation Politics wants to talk to you, Glenn. I'm always tweeting Glenn. I get all my information from either Glenn Greenwald or Aaron Maté from the Gray Zone. I go to them whenever I know what's up.
Yeah.
But the most trusted name in news, like I could put anytime CNN says anything, it's the exact opposite.
Right.
It's just what it is now. The war of weapons of mass. There's weapons of mass destruction. No weapons of mass destruction.
None.
There's Venezuela. We did Venezuela.
Yep.
We started food trucks full of arms. Right. Chemical gas attacks. No chemical gas attacks. Turns out we solved the chemical gas attacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Jussie Smollett was attacked by fucking Trumpists. Turns out he wasn't attacked by Trumpists. Everything these guys say is wrong. Everything. They've never been right. They've never been right. Period. Ever.
Yo,
ever.
But what they did to Jesse, though, I feel like that was OP because like racist white people make false reports all the time. They don't go to jail for it. They don't get prosecuted.
But they're not fucking rich Chicago black gay. Like this was bad for black gays. I'm just gonna say that, Jesse.
Yeah, that's sad.
Not good for us. Okay.
Not good.
Now I feel like that woman from that movie Boulevard, Sunset Boulevard. Do you ever see that musical Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah.
With the woman who she thinks she's still famous, so she's getting mail, but it's her butler.
Yeah.
I feel Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close up. Now I feel like that, Jesse. No, things like that. He really destroyed us, bro. So, go to jail, Jesse. Shut the fuck up. Don't ever do another fucking thing.
Yeah, you know what? Look, you're gay, so look, man.
Yeah.
I'm pansexual, so hey, like I can't tell you what's wrong or right.
I know, bro. I thank you, but I know what Jesse did just fucking ruined us, bro. So
that was funny. Well, Don Lemon has just been, he has good stories and he has awful stories. Like the fact that they even used him to just like freaking like double down on that whole Joe Rogan lie, it just made me lost some respect for him a little bit there. Exactly. I thought he was like one of the good ones, especially.
No, there's not one good one on CNN, though, Jabbar. They're all. If Jeff Zucker walked in and said, "You need to fucking just talk shit about your mom today,"
right?
They would. They would. They have no principles or values, and that's why they work so well with the Democratic Party. That's what they do. That's why.
The $1 million checks, God, they're so enticing. Can I have?
Yeah, now they get those checks out the door. Hey, Don, you're gonna get a check out the door day one. Let's talk about your mom. Look, buddy.
Can I have one in my name?
No, you're poor. Look black. Look fat. Look fat. You ever been to Iowa? This guy's been saying insurrection for a year, and now one person charged found guilty on trespassing. I don't know if that's true, David. I think that the FBI's been fucking arresting people all year long. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about on trespassing though.
They've been taking their sweet time.
I mean, they have. The FBI knows exactly who's involved, bro. They knew from day one.
Yeah.
They're just trying to widen the net. They called one of my friends who wasn't at the insurrection, but he knew somebody just to see what he knew. Just to see what he knew. That's what the FBI wants. The FBI wants to know what you know, because that's the only thing they're concerned about. They don't care about the truth or anything. Their whole thing, they're infiltrators, bro. Yeah. That's what they do. Yeah. They're not law. They're infiltrators.
If that was a Black Lives Matter rally, they would have shot the shit out of that. The cops would have been like, "Not today." Not today.
I still don't know what the hell happened to that Kyle Rittenhouse thing. How did he meet up with a fucking sexual predator, and then he fucking killed them, and then like there are two white people at the Black Lives Matter rally. There was a riot. Like none of it makes any sense, bro. That's what I'm saying. Our country is weird, bro. I know it was the FBI. It must have been the FBI. Yeah. Because like they're the ones that caused riots. First of all, they were the ones that caused riots.
There is evidence that there's cops that dress up in black and fuck shit up to try to cause riots. Like they found that like factually. So like it could be anything at this point, you know.
It really could, but it's definitely not. See, maybe CNN should report on it, and then I'll know exactly what it is because it's the opposite of that. So, but yeah. So basically, CNN sucks. That's my point, and I don't know why people watch them anymore, unless they want to laugh or like get the wrong information and then know the right information. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I guess they are the most trusted name in news, trusted for being fucking wrong. Yeah. So. I guess unless you're going to use CNN for that, I don't know why would you ever watch these people. But where can they watch you at, Jabari? Where can they watch you or listen to your podcast?
Yeah, I am on everything. You can watch my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and you can hear my audio on everything that Anchor allows. So that's the main ones. That's Apple, that is Spotify, I believe also Google Podcasts, wherever. You can see me on all those platforms, and I have a link card there, so please support if you would like to support. There's a Cash App, there's a Venmo, all along in that link card, and yeah, I'm trying to just do what my guy here is doing, just spreading awareness about the bullshit. Like,
well, you're welcome on the show anytime, because I think that you're part of the Sons of Liberty. So,
thank you.
John has some last words here. With riotous actions in the crowd, agents can demonize the movement and scare away people from supporting the demonized movement.
Yep.
I mean, literally.
That's facts.
John's also part of the movement, as you can tell. He's on the same page. So, guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. I had Jabari, voice of change, and he'll be back. I'll be on his show probably next week, next month or something.
Yep. In March. Yep.
In March.
Definitely.
Cool. Guys, it's Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. Be free thinking, innovative, totally open minded. Y'all, Tommy Nation Politics.